Hello, good evening, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another episode. And today we have some big news, and we'll be going into that and more a little bit later on in the show. First and foremost, let me say a big shout out to everyone who's tuned into Halftime TV. If you're subscribed to the channel, we really appreciate it. If you're new to Halftime TV, don't forget, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel as well. Let us know what your thoughts are on the content, because we're always open to feedback, right? So big shout out to everyone who's already on the Halftime TV family. We have some massive news that we're going to discuss a little bit later on in this show, and I think I'm going to keep it to maybe 30 minutes ish. Yeah, I think I want us to have enough time to discuss it and to go into all the details and the intricacies. All right, so let me know first and foremost, are you hearing me? Can everyone hear me on the live stream right now? If you can hear me, drop a thumbs up in the comment section, or you can simply say yes. It's track and field season. We have a lot of football happening as well, but this evening we're going to be talking about track and field. Okay, so this evening, track and field, we have some big track and field news. We will be discussing that. We will be inviting and welcoming your feedback. Vinny Congo, big up yourself. Talawa TV, big up yourself as well. Talawa, it's nice seeing you. It's been a minute. All right, so I'm happy that we're able to discuss things like these on this platform. Also, a little bit of housekeeping, as we usually do over here at Halftime TV, just to set the ground rules, because I know most of the viewers and most of the subscribers on here, you're subscribed to other channels, and it's obviously it's freedom of expression, but over here we try to keep it respectful. So please be mindful of your fellow subscriber or your fellow commenter. You don't have to be disrespectful. If you disagree with someone, you can respectfully disagree. Okay, so if and I like to say that this is a term that I use almost every day. If everyone had the same opinion, the world would be an extremely boring place. So I welcome contrast in opinions, but we also want to keep it as respectful as possible. Okay, so try not to disrespect your fellow person in the comment section. Okay, next thing, soon as you hop on, remember, smash the like button. As soon as you hop on, smash the like button. Okay, we really appreciate it, and what you like in the video does, it amplifies the video to the top of the algorithm, so other folks who are interested in track and field or interested in sports in general, when they go on YouTube, this video is at the top of their search list. Okay, so it's minimum effort, maximum impact, and that's routine as well. Again, big shout out everyone in the comment section. You've been with Halftime TV since day one. Thank you so very much. We really love and appreciate you. If you're a newcomer to the Halftime TV family, welcome to the family as well. We appreciate you nonetheless. All right, we're on road now to 20,000 subscribers. I think we're just 2,500 or so, thereabout. So we're about 2,500 away, and I'm not too worried about it, because I know you will tell a friend to tell a friend, and it will continue. Because when we started, because this year's coverage, really, we actually started putting in the work just about Champs time, and we've already grown by 2,500. So I'm not really worried, and that's why I'm so strict when it comes down to the comment section as well. And I tell the folks who are subscribing, if you subscribing to the channel means disrespecting someone else who's in the comment section, and someone in the comment section feeling scared to leave their thoughts or to leave their comment section, I'm willing to sacrifice your subscription. Okay, so I'm glad that we got that out there. So we did a video a little bit earlier on today. So if you haven't yet seen that video that we did, go check it out right now. We spoke about the IOC's or the Olympic Committee's decision to basically pay $50,000 to gold medal winners at this year's Olympics. They won't implement purse for silver and bronze until the 2028 Olympics. So we're gonna have to wait 4 years before the others, who I think is absurd, because personally I think first, second, and third, if you're gonna start somewhere, you should start with them, and then 4 years time you say, okay, we're gonna give the rest of the field some money as well. But Again, I don't make the decisions. I'm just here sharing my thoughts and providing commentary on how I think it should be handled. Okay. Issa Allen, big up yourself. Roger Daly, big up yourself as well. So I won't stay too long on it. I think we've done the housekeeping. So it's time to delve straight into it. And remember, smash the like button. Let me see how much likes we have already. We have 30 plus people on here. Let's see. We should have at least 30 likes on the stream. Yeah, I think we can get to 30 likes before we hop into the juicy bit here, because we're going to be dissecting it. We're going to be breaking it down, and we're going to be sharing our thoughts, and as well welcoming your thoughts as well. I think what I'll do, I don't usually do this, I'll provide the link, and I think in the future we'll probably have call-in as well, because I know a lot of the folks in the comment section want to share their thoughts. So we'll get to a space where we'll do that. I have the phone, I have the number, but I just want to ensure that when we're taking those calls, it's routed properly. So we need the proper technology to ensure that it's being done effectively. Okay, so shout out to the sponsors, Quick Link Shipping. Anything you need shipped into the island, check out Quick Link Shipping. Also, for your wedding, your parties, and all your photography needs, you can check out J.Myri Photography and Designs. You can follow them on Instagram as well. What I'll do is I'll pin the link to J.Myri Photography and Designs in the comment section. So if you have an upcoming party or a wedding, I know a lot of you on here getting married, it's approaching the summer season, so usually have a lot of weddings there. I'll pin the link, and you can tell them Halftime TV sent you for a special discount. Okay, John Powell, big up yourself, John. But as I wait for that link to be posted in the comment section, I'll just get to it. Might as well. So a couple minutes ago, Nationwide News Network, they posted, and this was breaking news, that Adidas, and we know Adidas, popular Adidas, German company Adidas, they have actually approached the Jamaica Amateur Athletic Association, so the J3A, and they've proposed, Devon Porter, big up yourself, they proposed a deal, a partnership with the J3A for the next few years. Now, before I even go into the article, let me just get this out there, right? Personally, and this is everything that I'm saying now, my opinion, okay? So if you disagree with my opinion, that's fine. You can leave your comments in the comment section. Personally, I think Adidas is on they're going down, if I'm to be frank. I think the trajectory of Adidas right now is spiraling down, and I think if the Jamaica Athletic Association or the Jamaica Amateur Athletic Association were to sign that partnership with Adidas, it would be doing more good for Adidas, actually. I know the money, it looks like a lot from the onset. I'm not privy to the Puma deal that Jamaica currently has, but considering the number of years that Jamaica has been with Puma, looking at inflation and all of that, may not look like a great amount now, but Puma has been with us for quite some time, and I think they've done an excellent job, as you can see with the uniforms and the thumbnail. But I think Puma will want to hold the Jamaican team close to their chest, because again, the Jamaican track team and the Jamaican track program has been so successful, both at the junior and the senior level, over the past 2 decades. And I think Puma has definitely reaped the benefits of that investment into the Jamaican track team. So now that we've gotten that out, I think, and for those who are living in North America, you can see when you go in the stores, especially with the footwear from Puma right now, when you're going to the stores, they're not doing that great. I'll pull up the Puma, not the Puma, the Adidas stock in a few to see how they're doing on the stock market. But just from using the eye test, I think when they broke deal when they decided to part ways with Kanye West and his Yeezy brand, they suffered significantly, and I don't think they've recovered fully since that. I think Adidas and Kanye West or Yeezy brand, there was big hype around it, and I think a lot of those who were actually purchasing apparel and footwear or whatnot from Puma were doing it because of the hype, or hype beast as they call it in North America. The hype beast effect that those Yeezy shoes or Yeezy footwear brought. Messi, it's hard to imagine athletes with a Puma. All right, so and I'll get to that in a second, Talawa. So Messi, I think, is spiraling down as well. He's past his best. He's currently Adidas' most famous athlete. Adidas also they're responsible for Argentina's kid. Now, a couple of years ago, Adidas signed a deal with the Jamaica Football Federation, so they're responsible for Jamaica's kids as well. The kits aren't anything special if we're talking from a design perspective, but just from a brand perspective and what they can do for the program, I think Adidas, they outlined some really good things. And for any investor or anyone looking to put money into the Jamaican track program, they're going to need to come up with stuff like these, because the Jamaican track program currently is, and remember, Jamaica has just under 3 million people. I think they're just about 3 million people, right? So to think that the track program in Jamaica is doing so well with the resources that they currently have, it's seriously commendable. And I think any of these apparel sponsors will want to get on board with the Jamaican program. But we're gonna go through the news. And again, and Talawa TV in the comment section spoke about Jamaica without Puma, kind of like Germany without Adidas. And news broke a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact, that Germany will not be renewing with Adidas for as their kit sponsors for the years ahead. So that relationship is ending, and Germany is arguably, like, when you speak about Adidas, you speak about Germany. After all, it's a German brand. Okay, so we're gonna go into the article. I'm gonna read through the article. We'll skim through it a bit, and then we'll come back and we'll continue our discussions. Okay, but it's big news. They're coming in, and they're coming in hot. They're coming in hot, I must say. They're coming in hot. All right, so Adidas is proposing, and I hope everyone can see the screen. Can everyone see the screen? Oh, nice. So, everyone can see the screen. Adidas is proposing to pump 5.7 billion Jamaican dollars into Jamaica's track and field, right? So, I think that uniform is not a great selling point, if I'm to be honest with you, especially considering the last uniform that Puma came with. So this is the headline up here: Adidas proposing to pump 5.7 billion Jamaican dollars into, and this was posted by Wayne Walker. You must know Wayne Walker. He used to be the host from Football GPS. But let's go into it. Global sports goods manufacturer Adidas has proposed to pump over 5.7 billion Jamaican dollars into the Jamaican track and field sponsorship over the next 8 years. All right, so this deal would take us to, well, I think they're proposing to start 2025, so we're looking at 2033. Nationwide Sports is in possession of a document from the German company outlining its plans for not only the country's athletics at all levels, but also to assist with upgrading infrastructure. All right, so under the new proposed deal, Adidas intends to make available close to $3 million US, or Jamaican 441 million a year in cash to the Jamaican Athletics Administrative Association for 8 years. All right, so let's take a pause there. So straight off the bat, the numbers that we're talking here, they are very attractive, right? They're very attractive. It's no joke. In addition, US 2.18 in equipment will be put aside per year, with 2 million US of that in general products and 50,000 per year in products for the next generation of Jamaican athletes. There's also 10% royalty bonus per year from sales of Adidas apparel. 10%. Also, in the proposal, Adidas says it will put aside a retainer for the J3A of $2.5 million or $37 million per year for 8 years. So this is the document on your screen there. US $50 million for 8 years. Kadeem Barrett. Okay, so that's a document on your screen, and I posted it on the community page because I wanted the viewers and the subscribers to see it in advance of me coming live. Because I wanted, when we got here, when I started the stream, you were basically up to speed. For those voting as well, keep those votes coming in. We have 35 votes in so far, and 53% is saying no, and then we have 47% saying yes. Should the J3A switch from Puma to Adidas? That's the big question. That's what we're asking. 54% now saying no. So keep those votes coming in. Those are the numbers that we're talking about. And again, the article doesn't end there. The article doesn't end there. It goes on to say, and this is a little bit further down here, a US $250,000 budget would also be available every year for 8 years under the proposed deal to aid with repairing or upgrading infrastructure around the country. There's also to be an executive travel budget for the J3A president valued at $20,000 per year for 8 years. Must be nice being the J3A president. So again, you can see the funds outlined on your screen there. You can see the funds being outlined, and I know we'll go into the discussion, and we'll be back to this to these images in a second. The proposal also highlights personal monetary incentive for Jamaican athletes at global games. This is what I found interesting. It says US $25,000 for any athlete winning gold medal at the Olympics, US $15,000 for silver, and $10,000 for bronze. For the World Championship, athletes will be rewarded with $15,000 for gold, $10,000 for silver, and $8,000 for bronze. For World Juniors, $7,500 gold, $5,000 silver, and $2,000 for bronze. So that's a chart there. So Adidas coming up. Adidas making their pitch. Adidas making their pitch to take over from Puma. So having gone through all of that, and as I said, all of that is outlined there, we go down a little bit further, and it says Jamaica's deal with Puma ends a little bit later on in November this year. As a matter of fact, Adidas says their proposed deal, if accepted, would kick off in 2025. Okay, so all right. All right, so viewers and subscribers, let me know, what are your thoughts on that revelation? What are your thoughts? I'm throwing it out there right now. I'm going to invite you as well to whether it's call in or to join the chat, because I'm curious. I don't know how I feel about it. I think currently what Puma is doing with Jamaica, and I don't know what the finances are. I don't know what the outline, because we haven't received such an intricate outline as it relates to what Puma's deal is with the J3A. So I won't speak about that, because it may seem all rosy on the outside, and again, we are spectators. We're on the outside. We don't know what the dealings are on the inside. So we can only say, hey, Puma makes great outfits and Puma seems to be doing great with Jamaica, but we don't know what the details of it are. So we can't say, okay, they should be 100%, they shouldn't consider switching from Puma, right? So I'm putting it out there right now to hear what you guys have to say. That's a link there if you want to call in and share your opinion. I welcome those. What's the difference? Both companies are owned. I don't understand. All right, so we have this deal by Puma, by Adidas, sorry, basically saying this is what I am willing to pay. So proposed bonuses for World Championship, that's the money. If you win gold, you get 15,000, silver 10,000, bronze 8,000. For World Juniors, 7,500 for the junior athletes that win gold, $5,000 for silver, 2,000 for bronze, and we go a little bit further up here. This is a bonus for the Olympic medals, and remember, IOC announced this morning that they will be paying 50,000 US dollars for athletes who win gold medal at the Olympics. That 50,000, in the case of the relay, will have to be split among the team members. Okay. Oh, that you mean. All right, so let's hear it. Let's hear it, viewers and subscribers. Let's hear it. Keep it coming in. But big deal. Let's Ricodane 75 says Puma and Jamaica is linked together for a lifetime. Nice. Puma have time to match it. Yeah, but business is business. Business is business. You don't mix business with pleasure, and that includes family. Yeah. So Adidas coming in, and I think like if Puma doesn't match this deal, as Valerie Samuda says, I think it's basically if Puma doesn't match this deal, I think that's basically Puma saying, "Hey, I am gonna help you out, and I'm gonna give you an opportunity to bounce back." Because as I said, Adidas is at an all-time low, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Adidas is at an all-time low, and if Jamaica were to sign this deal with Adidas, then it'll be doing far more good. It'll be doing far more good for Puma, for Adidas, sorry, than it is doing for Jamaica. And we outlined what the funds, the allocation of funds is like. As you can see on your screen there, proposed bonuses. So if you win the gold medal straight off the bat, just from Adidas and the IOC, you'd be getting 75,000 US dollars if you win gold at the Olympics. 75,000 US dollars. Not a bad purse, eh? All right, not a bad purse. So this is a document. This is a breakdown here that you're seeing on the screen. Looks a little bit stingy if we're looking from an year by year. Like, I think overall it sounds like a huge number, but it's not that huge. But I'll run through a couple more of the comments and hear what the viewers are saying. Let's hear what you're saying. Puma failed to help in the football. Now Adidas test the market, willing to do the do. All right, always hear the same, that they are both under the same ownership. All right, so I think in general, and this is me, I think Puma and Jamaica upgrade the national stadium to a world-class stadium, and you have my vote. Valerie, that sounds, yeah, Valerie, that sounds like the criteria right now. That sounds like the criteria right now. So stadium upgrade, increased capacity and all of that, and at least maybe 2 world-class track meets per year sponsored by Adidas. Yeah, so the Adidas Classic or something of that sort, where bringing top athletes from all over the world to come to the national stadium. They're responsible for travel expenses. They're responsible for everything. ST GC for life. Puma would be foolish not to match the Adidas offer. I fully agree. I fully agree. And again, consider the working relationship that Puma already has with the J3A. I don't think it should be too difficult for them to continue that relationship. And as a matter of fact, I don't think they even need to match it. I think Adidas putting the bar where they put it now would just be saying, okay, this is where the market is at, and if Puma gets even close to it, they don't even have to match it. I think if they get close to it, the intangibles like the relationship, the working relationship that Puma has had with the J3A over the past 2 decades, then that will kick in and it will basically get the deal over the line. Usually the case. People like familiarity. We also complicate the Puma relationship with both. And Elaine Thompson here recently signed with Puma, if I remember correctly. I think it was last year or year before. All right. So as things stand right now, Adidas in track and field, and you can drop some names in the comment section as well. I know the biggest athlete that Adidas has in tracks is Noah Lyle. So Noah Lyle is an Adidas athlete, and if there are other top superstars on that list, let me know, and you can drop those names in the comment section. But on the Jamaica side, I think that deal that was signed with Usain Bolt so many years ago, and what Usain Bolt went on to do for Jamaica, not only for Jamaica but for Puma as well. It was well, yeah, I'm talking in track. We spoke about Messi a little bit earlier, and again, as I said, Messi is on the decline right now, but brand Messi is still in and of itself huge. But Messi currently on the decline. I don't see why, with her statue throughout the world and her prowess in track and field success, it starts off the game, we can't host world relays. I agree. USA was Adidas in 2012. Adidas first. All right, so keep those comments coming in, folks. Keep those comments coming in. As I said, that Usain Bolt Puma bond or partnership is something that should be studied, and it will be written about in years to come. People will write about it in the years to come, and I think that's basically the game changer, right? That's basically the game changer. Puma, they do fairly okay in football, in my opinion, but from track and field perspective, I think they've done exceptionally well, and that's primarily due to Usain Bolt and the relationship that they built with him. The lifetime, I think it's a lifetime deal, no? No, it's not a switch. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Brian Lawrence. Thanks. Nolan Miller, thanks as well. And as I said, we're gonna go back to the article. This article was published just maybe an hour ago, and we decided that we're gonna do a quick breakdown of it and go through the details. Okay, so Jamaica, it's not a switch, people. So for those who are just joining, it's not a switch. The Puma deal with Jamaica ends November of this year. So we're currently in what? April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So in just about 7 months, 6-7 months thereabout. Okay. Adidas is proposing a deal to commence 2025. So this deal is contingent on Jamaica not renewing with Puma, and with 7 months out, one would assume that negotiations have been ongoing, because in deals like this, and considering it's the year of the Olympics, right now, I think a lot of the negotiations have been happening behind the scenes. Probably what happens at the Olympics, like we'll get it over the line or whatnot. But I think it's just one of those things where maybe cross the T and dot the I's. Maybe that's all that's left to get the Puma renewal over the line. But again, my opinion, even before Bolt, Puma adopted our colors in the early 2000s. Bandolo Puma shoes Jamaica were selling with hotcakes in Europe. Yeah, but I think that Usain Bolt partnership, it propelled Puma to new heights, especially in track and field. right? I think as a brand, we were getting those Puma flats. I think I don't remember the name of them. I can't remember the name of those Puma shoes, But um, I think we were getting those, but as far as the brand itself and global recognition in the track and field space, I think what Usain Bolt did. Um, yeah, exactly. That's my point, STG. Let's pin that. All right. Brad, sorry. I apologize. All right. So, and by the way, how vehicle facility? Yeah. So that is how I assess it. That's how I look at it. Remember, smash the like button, folks, as we continue to break down this revelation right now on the football. All right. Right now. So, and I totally agree with Rob Smith as well, saying on the football side, Adidas seems to be interested in Brand Jamaica. And it's the same thing because Brand Jamaica is doing more for Adidas than Adidas is doing for Jamaica. They put, I think, $40 million deal, they said, or something of the sort. And now we're looking back and saying $40 million is chicken feed for Brand Jamaica. Even now, with the Bob Marley movie that came out the other day, and I think Bob Marley had on a pair of Adidas shoes and Adidas tracksuit and all of that. All of a sudden, that was resurfacing again. So I think Adidas is trying to capitalize on the current wave with the Bob Marley movie and with everything that's happening with Brand Jamaica now, because the movie in and of itself, there's currently, let's just put it this way, there's currently a wave over Jamaica. People want to be associated with Brand Jamaica right now. Okay, so if you're not saying Brand Jamaica right now, you're missing out, and that's what Adidas is suffering from. FOMO, as they call it, fear of missing out. Jamaica was Adidas in the past; they let it slip. True, and it should remain that way. Okay, so back to the article. The money is here. 15,000. This is for World Championship medals. If you get a World Championship medal, $15,000 for gold, $10,000 for silver, and $8,000 for bronze. That's for World Championship. Okay. For the Olympics, on your screen there, $25,000 for gold, $15,000 for silver, and $10,000 for bronze. The news just broke this morning that the IOC is going to be paying out $50,000 for gold medal winners at the Olympics. So history. And Halftime TV did a video on that. So you can check out that video because we wanted to ensure that you, the Halftime TV viewers and subscribers, were up to speed with everything that was happening as they happened. So we didn't want you to wake up tomorrow morning and hear about it and say, okay, how come I missed this? No, we wanted to ensure that you heard it as it happened. We broke it down as well because I think everyone in the race, like all the participants, should be compensated. But as I said in the video earlier, I don't make the decisions. I'm just sharing my opinion. Okay. Let's jump back over to the comment section and hear what's happening. And again, as I said before, folks, remember, check out, and as a matter of fact, let me pin it. I'm going to pin it in the comment section. You can go ahead and follow this page right now for all your photo needs, your photography needs. If you have your wedding coming up or your party or whatnot, you can check them out. Okay. So J.M Photography. I'll pin it in the comment section and you can give them a follow. And if you decide to do business with them, tell them Halftime TV sent you and you get a special discount. Okay. All right. So go ahead and give them a follow for me real quick. I really appreciate it. Smash the like button as well. Big up everybody. I'm surprised that Nike is not trying to get in the mix. Well, I think Nike, the thing is, Nike is at a space now where they are constantly doing well, right? They're constantly doing well. And I know people say, okay, rich people always want more money. And you'd expect that they'd want to have a piece of it as well. But I think Nike is comfortable without Jamaica now. Adidas, they need Jamaica, right? Adidas needs Jamaica. And if the J3 decides to if the J3 decides to pursue or to move forward with Adidas, then I think the ball is in J3's hands. It's in their court, right? So they can hike up the numbers. They can say, all right, for Olympic gold medal, raise the money up to 50 or up to 40,000 or whatnot. Because as I said, Adidas is desperate. But again, that's my opinion. Okay. So the views shared on Halftime TV are the views of yours truly. All right. So college man, yeah, that's an interesting observation. And remember, folks, you need to take this with a grain of salt, because the article also says, and we'll go back over to the article now. So I don't want you to say, okay, but this is the case. No. Let me see if I can find it in here, because the article says that they reached out to the J3 and they said they are not aware. All right, so here in the article, right here, Nationwide Sports understands that the J3 is in possession of the proposed deal, though when we checked with the treasurer, Watts, he said he'd not seen or heard of the document. Okay, so he hasn't said, well, we'll never know. So until or if this deal doesn't come to reality or doesn't come to fruition, we may never know if it was actually on the table. All right. The only way we'll be sure that this deal was on the table is if Adidas comes out and says XYZ, or if the deal goes through. Okay. Yeah. So the only way we'll confirm that the deal was on the table is if the deal goes through. So yeah, so we're constantly receiving updates. Forgive me. All right, so I think that's where it's at, and I'll continue going through. I'll continue going through what was said, and this is what was posted in the article. I think this part here is interesting, and it's kind of like sweeten the pot a little bit to get the executives to jump on board. Why is this popping up? Stop seeing it. Yes. I don't know, not interested. Anyway, so there's also to be an executive travel budget for J3 president valued at $20,000 per year for 8 years. All right, so executive travel budget, $20,000 per year for 8 years. That's what's popping. I think, all right, let's go over to the comments. And this is Rob Smith saying, I think it would be a bad switch. Puma has been fully vested, in Jamaica track and field. We won't get that from Adidas. Adidas had Jesus sitting on our flag. Did we earn from the R-Star kit? Hilarious. Yeah, so we have that SDG. We have that because I think it's a similar thing with Sharika Jackson right now and the MVP camp. Because they say, hey, Sharika is with MVP and MVP is a Nike club. And then we see Sharika Jackson with Puma, and then they say, oh, details, Sharika is with this brother, and that brother is responsible for that side. No. All right? No. But yeah, I think it's one of those things where I'm interested to see where it goes, and it will continue. Blessings, Sports Circle, big up yourself, Sports Circle. We'll continue monitoring it. Naturally, we always monitor it. We want to see where it goes. And for those asking why the announcement so soon after the why the announcement so soon after the uniform reveal, as we mentioned a little bit earlier, the deal with Puma ends November this year. All right, so Adidas basically putting their cards on the table and saying, hey, we're open and we're willing to start early next year if you're ready. All right, so we're keeping an eye on the situation with yourself and Puma over there. and if Puma if Puma doesn't do it, then that is it. Yes, this is. Yes, this is. RR, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because at the end of the day, Puma has been with brand Jamaica for over 2 decades, right? So parting ways, this is, and it's not comparable, but it's similar. Yeah, I don't even want to mention them in the same sentence. But you see what's happening now with Adidas and Germany football team. Yeah, we'll get the same reaction if let's check what's happening here. Yeah, so we'll get a similar reaction if Jamaica decides to part ways with Puma. Okay, so STG again, Puma gears apparently exclusive to Jamaica. Adidas needs up. Yeah, I think the vibe that Puma gives, like it's almost as if the designers for Puma have been spending time in Jamaica, right? Like I can't remember the last time Puma missed. I can't remember the last time Puma missed. Right? That's how well they've been doing. Like it's almost as if every single uniform that they drop is a hit. Every single uniform. Right? I don't remember the last time they missed, if to be frank. I can't remember the last time Puma missed. Yeah, and all right, just I'm gonna show you something. Okay, I'm gonna show you something. Puma every design. Yeah, I'm gonna show you something, and then we're gonna just go through it. We're gonna go through it because I think, and this is just me straight off the top of my head, the amount of or the number of outfits or track outfits that I've seen Puma do for Jamaica over the years, and I don't remember the last time they missed. As I said, these are the Puma fits over the years. Okay, these are the Puma fits. Remember this one, this iconic one. Yeah, Puma doesn't miss people. Puma doesn't miss. Puma doesn't miss. It's almost as if, as I said, it's almost as if like the Puma designers, they decided, hey, I need to be in Jamaica. Well, yeah, it's almost as if the Puma designers, anytime it's time, anytime it's approaching time for track and field action or track and field season, it's almost as if the executives at Puma say, hey, designers, first class ticket to Jamaica, go on the beach in Negril and come in town and go Coronation Market and just get the experience. We know art is about experience, right? And imagination. And sometimes imagination can only take you so far. So it's imagination plus experience. And I think that's what's been happening. And this is my opinion. We saw when the reveal was done, there were a lot of Puma executives and members of the Puma team out there as well. They were there, they were in the stands, they were all over. They were soaking up the atmosphere. They were being a part of the experience. So it was more than just coming out and presenting a uniform. It was about an experience. And I think that's what Puma gives that I don't think personally Adidas has. As I said, when it's the current state of Adidas, it needs help, right? It needs help. Like as a fashion brand or as a fashion company, Adidas isn't thriving. So I think them leaning on Jamaica now, on brand Jamaica, because brand Jamaica is at its peak, and I think it will continue thriving for the rest of this year at least. And you know, Jamaica, you can never write off brand Jamaica because everybody in the world really likes Jamaica. There's just something lovable about Jamaica and Jamaicans, and I think that's what's driving the brand, and that's what's enticing potential investors to want to be a part of it. All right. So I thank you so very much, Talawa. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So I think I've shared my bit, and we've gone through the comment section. We've dissected the article in its entirety. We'll do a quick run through, quick scan through the article again, just for those who hopped on a little bit late, and then we will call it an evening. Half time, the lives that I do, they aren't usually that long unless we have track and field action or football action happening. I usually try to keep it as short as possible because I know my viewers and subscribers, they want to have the opportunity to just jump on, get the information, and then continue doing what they're doing. So what I'll do, a quick scan through of the article again, and then I'll leave you be. As I said before, I wanted to keep it to an hour. So let's see if we can cut it off there. All right, so Adidas is proposing to pump 5.7 billion Jamaican dollars into Jamaica's track and field. And this post was made by Nationwide's Wayne Walker a little bit earlier on today. It's April 10, 2024. Okay. All right. So under the proposed deal, Adidas intends to make available close to $3 million US or 441 million Jamaican dollars in cash to the Jamaican Athletics Administrative Association for 8 years. So $441 million a year for 8 years. And this is Jamaican dollars. Okay? Cheetah boot. So they used to wear Puma boots in the 70s. All right. All right. So it goes on to say, in addition, 2.18 million, and this is US dollars, in equipment will be put aside per year, with 2 million of that in general products and 50,000 per year in products for the next generation of Jamaican athletes. Now, we've already seen what the next generation of Jamaican athletes, or those who are next in line, are capable of doing. And I think betting on them is a bet that it's impossible for you to lose. Also in the proposal, Adidas says it will put aside a retainer of 2.5 million US dollars or 37 million Jamaican dollars per year for 8 years. Okay, so annual investment for 8 years for the Adidas Jamaican program. I think one of the big news coming out of this article is propose $25,000 for the gold medal at the Olympics, and 15,000 for silver, 10,000 for bronze. And as we mentioned a little bit earlier, IOC broke the news this morning, and it was everywhere. The Associated Press, everywhere you think of, they had the news this morning that for gold at the Olympics this year, we were going to get $50,000 per gold medal. So whomever wins gold at the Olympics, you're guaranteed 50,000 US dollars. If you come second, or if you get silver or bronze, nada. Okay? They said in the article, and this is me paraphrasing, in 2028, athletes who come second or third will be compensated. But until then, only first place or only gold medal winners will be compensated. Again, I don't know how I feel about that, because you're in some companies and the CEO makes $2 million, and then the next person or the closest person to that CEO makes $10,000, just for argument's sake. $10,000, and that's how exorbitant the gap is. So my thing is the gap between first and second in track and field. And I think a study was done a couple of years ago in tennis, where first prize made over $1 million and second place was like $200,000. So I think paying $50,000 to the first place winner, or the winner, the gold medal winner, and not giving the second place or the silver medalist anything, I think that's the similar approach. That's a similar approach, and I don't believe in that. Right? That's not something I support. So I think if you're deciding to pay out some money this year at the Olympics, it should be gold, silver, and bronze, getting XYZ, right? For the rest of the competitors, and we know for a lot of these athletes, they just want to be at the Olympics, as has been the case for so many years, where you go to the Olympics. No worries, the battery on the microphone died. Anyway, but last year I think Singapore said they'd give $1 million for the athletes if they won gold, and that kind of kicked things into motion. And I think the conversation needed to be had because of the fine margins when it came down to track and field, right? We've seen Johan Blake, and this is me just putting it out there, right? We've seen Johan Blake where he's had an injury. It was at the height of his career a couple of years ago. He had an injury, and then that was it. Can you hear me now, folks? Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear? Yeah, you can hear me probably. All right, so I will definitely try. I will definitely try by the end of the week. And for those who are on here for, we had an interview scheduled for Friday, which is the 12th of April, with Bailey Kadamatari. Unfortunately, he cancelled on the advice of his agent a couple of minutes ago. So I'll be putting out an official statement on that because I know a lot of viewers were looking forward to that interview. We were ready. We had the thumbnail and everything posted. However, we had a conversation with them, and they said, unfortunately, they won't be able to proceed with the interview, which is fine, right? We understand these things, but we will reach out to a representative from the J3, and we will be quizzing them and asking them if they decide to come on the show. Obviously, we'll be quizzing them and asking them the questions that need to be asked. All right, but Jamaica, Adidas, Jamaica, Puma. What says you, the Halftime TV viewers and subscribers? Are you Team Puma or are you Team Adidas? I think we've had such a fruitful relationship with Puma over the last couple of decades, and personally, I'd want to see that relationship continue. But as I said, I'm not in the driver's seat. I don't make the decisions. I'm just sharing my opinion and my feedback. I think the uniforms are nice, but sometimes the uniform is just a cover for what's really happening behind the scenes. And maybe what's happening behind the scenes is not working out for Team Jamaica. On the flip side, could be all rosy. This is the year of the Olympics. We're just sitting back and watching, keeping our fingers crossed as well, and hoping that Team Puma comes out on top of this one. Adidas, very lucrative deal that they proposed to the J3A. And once more, we will just pull it up on your screen so you can see the sort of figures that we're talking about. 5.7 billion Jamaican dollars. 5.7 billion Jamaican dollars. That's the number that Adidas, and this is north of 5.7. They're also proposing 25,000 for those who win Olympic gold medals. They're proposing 15,000 for World Championship gold medals, and they're proposing 7,500 for the juniors. So nice little purse for those young athletes coming out of champs, fresh out of champs, going to the juniors. I think 7,500 should be just over $1 million Jamaican dollars. Not a bad way to start a university career if you decide to go down that route. All right. Let's go over to the comment section and give some quick shout outs before we call it an evening, or before we put a wrap on it. Okay. All right. For those voting, remember, keep those votes coming in. Should J3 switch from Puma to Adidas? We have 107 votes. We have 58% saying no, and we have 42% saying yes. So 58% thinks Jamaica should stick with Puma, while 42% is saying Jamaica should try out that Adidas deal and see if it actually makes sense. SCGs, they can't vote. It needs to be a deep partnership from youth to senior level. And they also need to hire great kit designers for us. True. Who knows? Maybe they can even jump in at the primary champs as well. Because personally, I think more can be done from the primary champs level. I think the schools, a lot of the schools that do well at Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Champs, they're the ones actually doing the groundwork as it relates to going out and scouting athletes from the respective schools. But there are also a lot of top schools that compete every year at the junior champs, likes of Nagozed and these schools. They go out and they do well every year at the junior champs. So one would expect them to receive that recognition from so early. That way, when it gets to the space where they have to make a decision, they don't make decisions primarily based on what these schools are offering them, because they would be basically in a position to help or to objectively make decision and not have their decisions clouded by the sweet deals that these high schools are offering them. All right, so so if accepted, the Olympic kit would change. No, the Olympic kit would not change, and currently the Puma deal with Jamaica expires in November, right? The Olympics is August. So that would still be like 2 months between the Olympics and the, yeah, it would probably be two months between it'll be 2 months between the Olympics and the expiration of the deal. So I think the uniforms are set. Nothing will change as it relates to the uniforms. That's all set. So everything that we're talking about would be for 2025 onwards. Okay, so 2025 is when Adidas's proposed deal would commence. So 2025 they'd start. I don't know what the month is, but that's when it would start, and then it would run for 8 years. So 2025 to 2033. That's how long it would run. And we had the breakdown of the monies per year. And I'll give you a quick snippet of that again for transparency, because as I said, I'm reading from the article and then I'm sharing my opinion on it. Okay. So contract year, so 2025 all the way to 2032, 2025, 26, yeah, 2032, $2.5 million. Faculty creation or facility creation, sorry, $250,000 all the way down. Travel expenses, as they said, $20,000 for the executive all the way through for 7 years. And this is a retainer, $2.5 million per year. And all of that you see there is in US dollars. Okay, we go back up a little bit here. So there you go. Okay, so contract year all the way 2025 to 2032. All right, some inflation needs to be built in that offer money 8 years now. I agree, SCG. I think inflation is what now? In most countries, inflation is like 2.5% per year or something. Like, yeah, I think inflation is about 2.5, 2.4%. So I think that should be considered or factored in that deal, the deal expiring and the new deal. Well, it's only a month, no? No way, inflation is over 5%. Where? Global inflation? Inflation in Canada last year was 2.5%. Yeah, it was 3.9. No, my light bill is $100. SCG light bill 3, yeah. So the inflation is 3.9% for last year. 3.9%. So they should factor that in. Let's just put it at inflation, yes. Let's put it round it off at 5% for inflation because it's going in that direction. It's going in that direction. Stock market did bad today when the news was released. I think some funding should be allocated to athletes' support, as many of them cannot afford dedicated full-time training. The hammer thrower had made a plea for the funding. I agree. I agree. I agree. Like so many insightful suggestions coming in the comment section, and I agree with all of them. All right, I agree with all of them, bro. No, my energy bill has been, and we're approaching summer now, so time is getting a little bit warmer. My energy bill has never passed $130. Well, yeah, it's been up to $200 in maybe the heights of winter, but that's the most it's been. Maybe $200. Like I think last month the bill was like $110 or something, even cheaper than when I was in Jamaica. So tell your pal him probably need to get somewhere else. JP, energy bill. This is inclusive of water and everything, hydro, everything. All right. So yeah, but let's hear what you guys have to say, viewers and subscribers. Remember, smash the like button. Subscribe to Halftime TV if you haven't yet done so. We're at the 1 hour mark, and we'll leave it at that. Valerie Samuda, big up yourself. STGC, big up yourself. Everybody else in the comment section, big up yourself as well. Saskia, I know I didn't see you in the comment section, Saskia, but big up yourself. Donna Walker, Miss Walker, big up yourself. Narcissist, as usual. Keeping the comment section alive. Nolan Miller, everybody else who's there, Kadeem Barrett, ML Shaw, or Kadeem, as I said, Blue Lion, big up. So everybody in the comment section who's tuning into Halftime TV, big up on yourself. Philly Yadi vibes, no, bro, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much. But again, I appreciate your company this evening. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Should J3A decide to proceed with Adidas, or should we stick with Puma? Let's hear it down below. SCGC, Rossi's High School, Labor Omnia Winky. The same thing as San Diego. So last week I was rooting for San Diego. Congratulations to the San Diego quiz team on the fantastic job that they did last week at the School Challenge quiz final. So we're going to leave it at that for now. We'll be back here tomorrow. I have a very interesting video to come. Tomorrow I'll be talking about the should I even say it? Yeah. So I'll be talking about the Dwight McNeil situation. Demar Gray, McNeil. We'll be sharing our thoughts on that. So look out for that video. You know, Halftime TV always break it down to the bone. We see all the hype going up now and people just sharing what's already been shared. Stay tuned for Halftime TV and or viewpoint. Because you know, we always bring it 100. Maybe some of the lesser known country schools can benefit. There you go. All right, so we won't say anything more. Big up on yourself. Enjoy what's left of the evening and stay safe, Halftime TV family. We love you.